Hi, everyone. Welcome to welcome to our show. I'm clearly new to this. I'm having a laughing fit, but thank you for tuning in. I'm here with Chris, our big Jet fan, and I'm here with Panda, our other big Jet fan. I'm sorry I'm failing at this intro, but thank you for joining in, Jet Frenzy. We're in for a treat, and go Jets.
There you go. Good job. Good job.
Alrighty.
So what's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's new?
What is new? I'm not really sure. What's new this week?
I don't know.
Well, Jets open up, finished OTAs, and they're starting minicamp this week. 3-day minicamp, right?
Yep.
And all the wonderful players that were not here are starting to come back one by one.
Correct.
And they're gonna be. I hope they're all in shape. So we're gonna go with that, and we'll see.
I would hope they're in good shape. Hopefully, they're in better shape than we are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no. What's good is that we're getting all good reports, right? Zach Wilson's looking great. Of course, Elijah Moore. Everybody's heard about him. How great he's looked so far. Berrios is turning into Zach Wilson's security blanket. He's all over the field. He's catching everything thrown to him. What else? There's a competition for the punt return between Michael Carter, Elijah Moore, and Berrios.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Moore and Michael Carter, the running back I'm talking about, not the corner, the running back. They're both coming in earlier to work on their punt returns because they weren't really punt returners in college. So they're getting used to the position, and I think they want one of them to really take over the job. Our big weakness, I think, or one of our big weaknesses has to be the kicker position, right? Kicker's pretty bad. Sam Ficken and our undrafted guy, Nuger, not doing so well. So I don't know what we're going to do. Let's hope one of them steps up, or let's hope someone gets cut that we could sign because we've seen what Ficken can do, right?
Yeah.
We're not impressed with that guy.
We need a help.
I'm not looking forward to that guy.
Shank left Ficken.
Yeah, basically. So, and you know what? And corner is going to be the interesting position, I think, the rest of the summer, going into our main camp in July and the preseason games. Who's going to step up? Who's going to be the starters? Is it somebody that's on the roster now? Or are we going to pick someone up? That's the other thing. Are we going to pick up? Everybody talks about Sherman, Richard Sherman, but I don't think he's going to sign with us. I think he, from what everybody's been saying, he wants to stay in the West Coast. Number one, number two, he'd probably like to play for a team that's going to be in the playoffs, possibly a Super Bowl. Are we that way? Our man Panda here thinks we're making the playoffs. Possibly not. More than
hold not. On. I want. Let's hold that thought for later in the show. So
Right. So anyway, I'm just trying to make a point about Sherman. He's probably not going to sign with us because of those reasons. So the other guy, Steve Nelson, that's the guy that. Let's hope that we could probably bring him in.
I think one of the biggest issue is our secondary. I think our back ends. Like, I'm not worried about our safety positions because May is a veteran and Joyner is a veteran. They've seen all and done all. Right?
Yeah, we're solid at safety. I agree.
I think that, but our corners are very, very young and inexperienced. Yeah. And the fact that our secondary receivers are kind of lighting them up in OTAs kind of concerns me a bit. I'm not sure we're going to add a veteran. I think they're going to go as is. because I think from what I've seen from Coach Sala when he was with the 49ers, when San Francisco's defense was like the infirmary, and he was losing players left and right. He got those players to play, they're lights out somewhat,
Right.
even though with the limited talent that they got. So I'm not that too worried. Yes, it'd be nice to sign like another veteran, but pretty much the veterans that are actually good or able to play are already signed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Sherman's just being picky. Yeah, and I also know that Sherman wants to stay in the West Coast. He's a West Coast guy. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to come to the East Coast. He wants to stay west of the Mississippi. So, it is what it is. But, I mean, as far as kicking wise, kickers are so streaky.
Oh,
They're so
Especially the
streaky.
bad ones.
and the very bad ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's kickers I've seen that are like, they never miss a kick.
Right.
It's like, how did this go? How did I go? And then there's kickers who miss like extra points all over the place. They can't hit a 40-yarder, and then they come back the next game and hit 4 straight field goals. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too worried about the kicker. And plus, last year and the year before, we just had somebody sign on to be a kicker. We didn't have just one kicker, because
Right.
our previous GM decided to botch that too. But
Oh,
reality is
man.
that, I mean, OTAs is great. I'm glad that no one's really hurt, and everything's going as well as planned. Like everyone says, it's June. Chris keeps telling me it's June.
It is June. It's only June.
But these
We still got plenty
kickers,
of time to work all this stuff out.
I can't. It's June, and these kickers can't kick with no pressure on them or anything, and they're
No
still
pads.
missing. And no pads. I'm concerned as a fan. I know you might think I'm overreacting. It's June, but if you can't do well in OTAs kicking field goals in June, what are you doing on my team? Sam Fickens, I'm ready to make a help wanted sign for Florham Park. I might, if the Jets need someone to make flyers and pass them around Florham Park and put help wanted, Jets need a kicker. I'm your girl because I want a kicker. If I have to see Sam Fickens or the undrafted free agent guy kick and they're kicking like this now, I'm concerned. I mean, is there a kicking guru that can help these kickers out? I'm asking for us, really. We really, like, it's June and no pads. I'm a fan that's really, really concerned, and I'd like to personally thank our previous GM. I do not want to mention his name, but we all know, for not re-signing our great Jason Myers, because if we had him, we would not be discussing terrible kickers. I'm trying not to curse less on this show, but it's very hard when talking about kickers because they get me so angry because they have one job, and that is to make the field goal, make the extra point, or make the 3
Should I
points.
put 2 minutes on the clock? Here for
Not yet,
people?
not yet, not yet, not yet,
And,
not yet.
and then
No,
they either
no.
kill momentum or
Krista,
I'm
Krista.
sorry. I can't with kickers.
Come back,
It's OTA. It's
Come off the
June.
ledge. Come off
It's
the ledge.
June. When I'm
back.
telling you,
Deep
when
breath.
I'm telling you, it's June. It's June.
It's June with these kickers.
Breathe in. It's June. That's all you got to say. It's June.
It's June.
It's
Right.
June.
We'll
Maybe-
figure it
maybe
out. Listen, Joe Douglas is I have total faith in him. He'll figure it out.
I mean, what I like about it's the fact that in OTAs, if you see our beat writers, they're somewhat positive around the team. It's not as negative as it used to be, and I like that
Yeah,
rather
I
than
do
what it
too.
used to be. Because when they were, when we were reading Adam Gase last year, it was all like this and that and that. Okay, Mr. Coach Vol. I don't even know what to call him anymore. Coach. I guess the guy who we shouldn't name. I guess then, or are we going with that? Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah. So I didn't really like the reporting that was all negative. Like even if they did something well, it was pointed in kind of a negative light because they suck, they
Yeah.
stink. So at least the beat writers are like, oh my gosh, they're gushing over a lot of things. A lot of
Yeah.
them anyway. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's nice for them to be, have a nice breath of fresh air. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So
I
yeah.
think we'll be all right. I do. Listen, if that's going to be all I think we got to worry about, I'll be happy. If everything else
Agreed.
gets cleaned out, which so far it looks okay. Like we couldn't ask for a better, OTA. I know it's June, but we couldn't ask for a better results right now. The way Zach Wilson is picking up the offense, the way he's throwing, the way he's playing. Elijah Moore is just, they said he's just lighting up the field. Michael Carter, Keenan Cole. I know he's your new favorite receiver now, Krista.
Yep.
So, and he's having a great OTA as well. And minicamp is next week, so that just gets us closer to the season, man. And I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited for the defense. I'm excited for the offense. Defense, the only thing I'm worried about, we were saying before, the cornerbacks. That's the only thing that we got to hope at least one of them steps up. The one guy that has been stepping up so far is Michael Carter, the cornerback. Maybe he'll start as the slot. That would be great too. But it would be I would feel, and I think everybody would feel so much better if we signed a veteran. The guy from Pittsburgh, Steve Nelson, would be great to pick up. So we'll see.
I heard also that the undrafted free agent Isaiah Dunn has been turning heads as well. So
yes,
I think if we can get one of those guys, at least one of these young guys to step up, I think we'll be in much better shape. But I'm with you. I think I'd like to have a veteran there just to show the young guys around. I think right now I get where Sal's coming from. He wants to see where we're at with the young guys and what they can bring so far. But I think having a veteran presence there in case someone, even if we lose someone because of injury, and that guy can step up and start, I think would be beneficial too.
Yeah, I think Bryce Hall will get one of the spots.
Definitely.
I think he'll be one of the starters at corner. The other spot's going to be up for grabs.
I think it's going to be Hall on left and Bashan on right, and then Michael Carter's going to play slot. I think that's how they're going to do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, start of the season.
I think the cornerback position is to be determined at this point. I think every other spot, I think we have an idea where everybody's going to start. We'll see. There's, of course, Morgan Moses out there as a free agent too for the offensive line, which might be a possibility as well. Especially with Becton banged up a little bit, but we'll see.
We'll see. Well, while we were talking about kickers, right, and special teams, let's move on to this. This week, the Jets signed a safety who was with the Atlanta Falcons. His name is Sherrod Niesman.
Niesman, yeah.
Niesman, yes,
Niesman.
yeah.
Yep.
And supposedly he's an excellent special teamer, and the Jets need, a lot of guys on that because our special team wasn't that great last year. It wasn't as exciting. It wasn't like you couldn't see any, other than a few punt returns or kickoff returns, we really didn't have like that force in special teams. Hopefully we get some kind of new energy with this signing, him and Hardy. So what do you think? So what are your thoughts on this signing?
I think it was great. Like you said, we needed help on special teams. He could help out as a backup safety as well. He's not a young guy. I think he's 29.
Yeah.
In the league a few years. I was, I read a little bit about him today too, and I read that he didn't get into college for about 2 years. He didn't get the call to get into college right out of high school, so he started working for FedEx for 2 years, and then he got Florida Atlantic offered him to play football, and so he's a little bit older, but he does have the experience. Supposedly, very good special teams. He knows the defense because he worked with Ulbrich last year with Atlanta. So that's good, and he could fill in at safety. Hopefully we don't have to, with injuries and stuff like that. But I think it's a good pickup,
Yeah, we always need more depth at safety too, in case one of these guys goes down. And like you mentioned, we need more help on special teams because our special teams department wasn't the best like it was years prior when we had Andre Roberts and the GM that shouldn't be named let him go too.
Right, another one he let go.
Yeah, and he's a good help for safety, and he can help on special teams. I think my favorite play when I was watching the highlight reel of him is him sacking Tom Brady. So any guy that could sack Tom Brady is a good friend of mine. So I welcome this young man just for sacking Tom Brady. So thank you.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a depth piece. I mean, I'm hoping that we don't have to go to him as a starter. He's a depth piece, and he could play special teams. Special teams is another facet of the team. It makes the whole team. And if we have a good set of special teams, if we have like a good punt return or a good kickoff return, it sets the Jets up for short large situation. Might easily score more touchdowns that way. So it's an interesting thing, and the fact that he knows the system, which is also a plus. So, and since he's not a youngin, he's more older. I mean, guys can look up to him as a veteran who's been in the league. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good signing, rather depth, and we'll see how it goes.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So, this week, I mean, one of the things that's to branch out on this is the fact that the New York Jets are all over New York sports, especially at the Coliseum. So, Chris, tell us about your Islanders and the Jets.
Well, the Islanders beat Boston 4-2, and they are moving on to play Tampa Bay. Game 1 will be Sunday at, I think, 3:00.
Mm-hmm.
So very excited being an Islander fan. But I thought it was awesome, man, to see the Jet players there supporting the Islanders. I think it's great. And Salah was there as well. And then Salah wore a Islander jersey at his press conference yesterday or today.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was awesome, which is great to see, man. I think it's great. And I think maybe when football season starts, you might see some of their players show up on the sidelines for the Jets, So I think it's awesome to see that. Hopefully they give them more good luck in the next round.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay is going to be tough to beat, man, for the Islanders. But Islanders are on a nice run right now, so it'll be good to see them beat them. So we'll see.
And maybe once those guys come to our game, hopefully, if they do come, they can give some of their luck back on to us. Especially help our good friend Panda with his predictions. You never know. Maybe the good luck they can rub off and say, here comes the guys, and they're like, okay, we're here. We're gonna help my friend Panda. They come here for good luck, give us more wins. I just like the team camaraderie. You see all the players all together. They're having a good time. You see Zach Wilson there. You see him getting along with the wide receivers, the offensive line. He seems to be bonding very well with the team, and that's something you like to see. And Salah seems at home at New York compared to the guy that should not be named, our ex-coach. You don't see him around places like that.
No, you definitely don't.
I'm sorry that I named him so many times. I know if I mention his name, he might come behind me like the boogeyman or something like that if I say him 3 times. So I called him the guy who should not be named. And I just love it. Salah's here. He's embracing the New York culture, and you see him even taking pictures with fans, and he seems to generally like the New York area, and that's what you really like to see as well.
Definitely.
You know what I see Adam Gase doing on his off days? He's probably home with his kids playing on his Rubik's Cube.
Oh, man. And you actually mentioned his name.
What? He has a name.
Yeah, we're not supposed to say it, though.
Yeah,
we could just say that guy. Guy.
Yeah.
So is that guy the GM and that guy the coach too? because we
Yeah.
also have a that guy
Yes.
GM
Yes.
and then that
Yeah,
guy coach.
yeah, that's
They're
what
lumped
I'm
in
saying.
together with each other.
Yeah, that guy.
That blob over there. That
Oh,
Right.
blob.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I thought it was I thought it was very, very, I guess, camaraderie and whatnot. Camaraderie, team camaraderie, stuff like that. I thought the
Mhm.
fact that the first time I saw our offensive line was there with our quarterback basically being this one group, and I thought it was good thing. You know, I was online and I wanted to see what the highlights were about the game. Like I think it was game 4 that they went, and all you see is just pictures of Dan Feeney chugging beer.
Yes. Banging his
Yes.
head with the.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I thought that was great. You turn on something, it's like you see him chugging the beer rather than the game. That got more viral than the actual game. I thought that was pretty funny, and yeah, the fact that teams supporting teams, the way to represent other colors or interest in the sport. I think it makes the team more rounded, and I like to see that. It's not just come for your money, comfort to come get a paycheck, play football, and leave. The fact that there's actual team camaraderie and likeness to each other. They have to survive. It's just a game that's 8-8, but they have to survive that whole year together. So it's a nice meshing and gelling together. I see that it's pretty nice. Yeah, and good luck to your Islanders.
Thank you. We would need it.
Boo.
Come on, you're supposed to support, just like the Jets have.
Just like I don't like fish sticks, I don't like the Islanders.
Oh,
Well,
man.
we're not the fish stick, so you could. That's an old thing. Just like, you know what? It's ridiculous how Ranger fans keep chanting old things that haven't been with the team for years. Fish sticks, that thing was 25 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Who cares? It's over. It's done.
when we were trying to get the cup, everybody's chanting 1954.
Right. But now you got it.
1940.
Do we
I mean,
say
sorry.
it? Do we say it anymore?
No, because we won the cup after
Yeah,
that. Right.
1994. Woo!
But still, anyway,
Won since 1940. Good job. Congratulations. That's so amazing. Anyway, let's
moving on.
next topic.
Our next topic is the big Julio Jones trade.
Roll Tide.
Anyway,
Back with the tissues again. Back with the tissues.
My quick take on the Julio Jones thing, right? Yes, it's an improvement over Corey Davis, right? Corey Davis obviously signed with us, so they had a hole at their number 2 spot. Now they got Julio Jones, and now it's Julio Jones, AJ Brown. So now you got 2 really, really good wide receivers there, which is great. And of course, you got Derrick Henry. So yes, they definitely got better. But as me and Sharman spoke on our podcast earlier today, Sharman brought it up too, is like, how are you going to get the ball out to all these guys? How are you going to spread the ball around to all of them? AJ Brown exploded last year, right? So now you bring in Julio Jones. He's going to want the ball. He's not going to sit there and take 2 catches a week and be happy with it. You know what I mean? He's going to want the ball a lot, and so will AJ Brown. So that might become a problem this year with that team. On paper, yeah, it looks great, but this isn't Madden. It's not just plug in and, we're going to have a great team. So, and to me, like last year in the playoffs, Tannehill did not have a great game in the playoff game against Baltimore. So he's the key, right? If he could somehow take the step up and get, become, because he's pretty good in the regular season. He's put up some big numbers now the last 2 years. But he's got to step it up in the playoffs for me. The quarterback. Tannehill is the key here. And now you got a totally new offensive coordinator as well. And he was only an offensive coordinator for 1 year with the Raiders a few years ago. Didn't go well there. So I'm not saying he's not going to do well, but it could be a problem this They're lucky. They're in a division too that's not that strong. You got the Colts; they're a good team, but after that, you got the Texans and you got the Texans and the Jaguars. Those two teams are going nowhere this year, so there's nothing to worry about with them. Colts are gonna have a good team, so they'll have a problem with the Colts, but so they'll probably be in the playoffs. But how far, how much better are they with Julio Jones? That's my thing. Well, what's your take?
Yeah.
I think the Titans are about the same, or likely gonna finish maybe in the second round of the playoffs, even with Julio Jones, because I don't think Ryan Tannehill can get the ball to Julio Jones on the deeper routes, because I don't think he has the arm for that.
Right.
And look, Julio Jones played with Matt Ryan, he's still considered one of the top deep ball throwers in the game, and also it's an offensive switch, and they still have King Henry to run the ball. King Henry kind of masks a lot of Ryan Tannehill's deficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
First down run, second down run, and then you have that short distance to complete the third down to get to the next level, right? What if they can't run it, or what if there is no Henry? That they could be like, first and 10, second and 15 and stuff. When the down and distance gets bigger, can Tannehill zip that ball to Julio? In that case, I don't think he could do it. I think their team basically is King Henry, and King Henry.
Yeah.
So that's just my take. I mean, as much as Julio is not a young chicken either, and Julio's been hurt a lot. Who's to say he could get nicked up this year too? So, right?
Yeah.
Corey Davis, as much as he's been there, he's been kind of consistently on the field. Julio has not, and they're gonna have this thought of, oh, we need to double one of the two receivers, right? And then we could just run at one of them, right? But I don't think it's that easy, as people think it's gonna be. So
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree.
That's
what
kind
about you,
of how
Krista?
I feel. That's kind of how I feel too, because when you watch the Titans, they're a run-first team. You see Derrick Henry just bulldozing everyone, and I agree with you 100%. You see it; it's mostly Derrick Henry. I just want to personally thank the Tennessee Titans for letting go Corey Davis so we could have him. So thank you, Tennessee Titans, for making the move not to re-sign Corey Davis so we can have him. But I feel like they tried to, as good as Julio Jones is, I know Julio Jones is probably one of the better receivers in the league, not taken away from him, but I know he's getting up there in age. But I feel like the team would have done better keeping Corey Davis. I just feel like this move was just so counter. I don't know. I just feel like it's so counterproductive. Like you could have just signed one of your guys back. You could have had your offense back and could have kept it that way and kept it rolling. But since you kind of backed yourself into a corner, since you no longer had someone to play along A.J. Brown, you had to go get a guy like Julio Jones to fulfill that hole of Corey Davis. That's what I kind of felt what this trade was all about. And I know Julio Jones said he wanted to go to a contender. And I know the Titans are a good team, but how much better, like you guys mentioned, are they with a guy like Julio Jones? And Chris made a good point about the offensive coordinator being in his first year, kind of unproven. So I'm not quite sure how that offense is going to be run and how they're going to get the ball to Julio Jones. You both made good points, because I know Ryan Tannehill doesn't have the arm strength to exactly get the deep ball to Julio Jones. So it should be interesting how all that plays out.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's almost like, they could have saved the picks and just drafted and just re-signed Corey Davis. I mean, we got him now, but I don't know. I don't know if they were thinking about drafting somebody high, but they didn't. They took Caleb Farley in the first round.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
But, so I don't know. I mean, they needed a corner anyway, but I thought they needed a receiver as well alongside. They also needed an edge rusher. So I don't know. I don't see them. I look at it this way. AFC, is the Chiefs, the Bills, and my third team in the AFC that's going to be up there is going to be the Browns. Those are your top 3 teams in the AFC. I don't see the Titans being in that class. They're the next one. They're a pretty good team, probably making the playoffs.
Do you think they beat the Colts for the division?
I don't know. It to me, that all depends. If Wentz plays like he did 3 years ago, when he was going to win the MVP, but he got hurt, the year they won the Super Bowl. If he gets back to that, then I think the Colts are going to win the division. But if he gets hurt, or if he plays anything like he did last year, how bad he played with Philly, then the Colts got no shot. But if he gets back to what he was when he was with Frank Reich in Philly, I could definitely see the Colts winning that division. But it's a big if. It's a big if. It's a big challenge. To me, it's a big challenge for them. There's a big if now with the Titans, right? We were just talking about it. There's a big if. There's big question marks there. Kansas City's coming back. They're sitting pretty like they normally are, The Bills got better, Are they going to take the next step and beat Kansas City? The Browns with Krista's favorite Baker, is he ready to take that leap? And he's going to be a free agent, right? He's got 1 more year left, so he's going to want to put up some big numbers. So
wait, they didn't sign his 5th-year tenure?
I think they did. They did, but I'm saying, yeah, but he doesn't. He wants an extension,
I guess so. Fair so.
So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. AFC, you got at least 3 teams there that are big, and then after that, Pittsburgh maybe, Baltimore. We're not even mentioning Baltimore. Baltimore's going to be a beast as well. So
see, that whole division, that AFC North division, is basically each team's going to pound each other. Yeah. Because one has an electric quarterback, one has a super rookie / second-year quarterback, and then one team has pass rush plus Baker, and then Pittsburgh.
You know what? Browns got everything right now.
Yeah,
they really do.
Browns are pretty deep, man. Don't sleep on those guys.
Yeah,
man. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a really, really, I guess, really, really like close friend that has a Browns fan, and I've never seen him this giddy. So over the years,
I don't blame him. I'm giddy too.
He's very giddy.
This is it, man. This is the year. This is the team, I should say, that they've been waiting for a long, long time. They've never been to a Super Bowl. They've been close a few times, with the drive and then the fumble. But this is a good team, man. Cleveland's not the Browns anymore. If Baker takes that leap, and gets into, top quarterback level, that's going to be a very dangerous team, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and Buffalo too. Buffalo's another one, man. Buffalo's right there.
I mean, it's just, to me, there's so many good teams, who have great foundations that are in the AFC, and that I think the Jets, should kind of emulate them and rebuild our own foundation, starting this year, hopefully, so that eventually, not this year. I think we're making the playoffs. But people think I'm crazy, but I think we're making the playoffs. Yeah,
right.
But, as the 7th seed. But it starts from this year. Lucky 7, right? Yeah, we're gonna get whacked by somebody. But anyway, so but it is what it is. To see these other teams who really basically were kind of laughing stocks to come back and have franchise quarterbacks and have a great team surrounding him and great weapons. It's our time now, It's our time.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty, moving on to the next topic. This is the topic that baffled me last week. It is just trivia with Chris.
Oh boy. Yeah. All right. So last week we did defense, right? So we're gonna make it a little easier for you.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. The Jets. Okay. We all know how great Curtis Martin was, right?
Right.
He's the career leader. He's also has the top 3 seasons for rushing yards for the Jets.
Mhm.
He went for 1697 in 2004, 1513 in 2001, and 1464 in 1999. Who's the next 2 guys on that list for rushing yards in a season?
Ooh. Let's say
It's pretty easy.
Thomas
Jones.
Thomas Jones. Thomas Jones is number 4. He ran for 1,402 yards in 2009. Who's 5th? Who's got the 5th best rushing season by a Jet?
Ooh.
Not Chris
Freeman-
Ivory, is it?
No.
No.
Think further back. Not too
Freeman
far.
McNeil.
Yes. He ran for 1,331 yards in 1985. So
I
that's
guess
your
then-
top 5.
Is Snell in there and Bruiser?
Well, no, I just wanted top 5.
Oh, top 5. Okay.
All right, so you're good. So, all right, bonus question. This will lead into the next question. Who had the highest rushing yards in one season of all time in the whole NFL? In one season, not for a career, but in one season. What was the highest rushing total?
Eric Dickerson.
Right. 1984, right?
Right.
2,105 yards that year.
Mm-hmm.
So this leads me to the next question. There has been 8 players total that have gone over 2,000 yards in a season, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to ask you 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
4 of them have come within in the 2000s.
Okay.
Give me those 4 guys.
Uh-huh. Name the 4 guys.
Yeah, that have gone over 2,000 yards in the season
Uh-huh.
in the last 20 years. Since 2000.
Chris Johnson.
Right?
Derrick
That's
Henry.
one. Derrick Henry, correct. Krista should have got that one. So I'm not going to say
I thought it
anything.
was Jets. I was.
No.
I
We're
was thinking
talking. This
Jets.
is all NFL now. So you need
Okay.
2 more.
All NFL.
Jamal Lewis.
Yep. 2003. I think that was the year they made it to the Super Bowl and beat. Right? Was that the year
yeah.
they beat the Giants? Maybe. So
LaDainian
one more.
Tomlinson.
No.
No.
One more.
Just
Think of a player that. I'm going to give you a really good hint. Too good of a hint. Who?
I was gonna say Le'Veon Bell.
No.
no.
Just rushing, not rushing and receiving.
Oh,
We got into a little bit of trouble a few years ago.
What kind of trouble?
I tell you, you're probably going to know.
Oh no, that's the whole thing.
He got suspended for what he did.
Ray Rice.
No.
No.
Ray Rice.
Oh,
He wasn't that good.
Oh,
Think of the other guy that got into trouble. Good running back. Still playing.
Adrian Peterson.
Right.
Yeah,
How
I
did
wasn't
I
going
not
to tell you
get
that
that?
trouble picking up his kid, So.
how did I not get that? Oh
Here.
man, I need a
Okay,
done
quick
that.
bonus question for you.
Oh
Who
man,
holds the record for most games played as a Jet?
games played as a Jet.
This should be an easy one. This is like the,
Come on, I'm giving you a chance, Krista.
Oh.
Don't give me a chance.
knows
I'm
it.
already wearing my
I don't
gun
think he knows
hat.
it. I think he's just trying to play it off.
Don't give me a chance. I'm already wearing my dunce hat.
All right. If Dan Doherty knows, I'll give you a hint. He was a kicker.
He was a kicker.
Oh, my favorite topic, kicker.
He might have to come out of retirement this year to help us, but I think he's too old, but man, I gotta really make these easy. I gotta really make
It's not Nick Folk because he's on the Patriots. I told you need to get to level 0.
No, it's not Leahy either.
Yes, it was.
Is
Pat
it?
Leahy.
Oops,
Pat Leahy.
my bad.
He played in
Thank you.
250 games as a Jet.
Sorry about that, Krista.
Thank you. Save me from disappearing my gun tat for any time longer.
I'm gonna have to get these simpler, man. I thought that was
Here, Krista. Here's one.
I need a done tat.
Here's an easy one, Krista. Who holds the most rushing touchdown record in one season for the Jets?
Touchdown?
Most touchdowns in a single season. Rushing touchdown.
I'm going to overthink this.
Don't.
No, it's really easy.
Don't say it's really easy because I still can't.
I'll give you a hint.
I'll
I'll give you a hint. It's not Curtis Martin.
Nope.
Just think who was really good the last 10 years or so running back. There wasn't many, so there's not many. There's not many.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
No. Just
I need a big X mark. X.
just before him.
Just before him.
Yeah, just before him.
Thomas Jones.
Correct.
That's the answer.
Yeah, finally. It took me
There
a
you
couple
go.
seconds.
I was gonna start saying Thomas. No.
Jones.
Oh man.
Tank the Thomas Jones,
All right.
dude.
So sorry making it so hard.
You see the dunce hat, my invisible dunce hat here? Yeah, that was affecting my brain the whole entire time.
Okay, Krista, take your time refreshing your brain because the segment after this one will be your 2-minute warning. But this segment is going to be the funniest segment of the show today. And it's going to be Hannah's terrible takes.
Terrible.
Just terrible.
Oh man. And let me tell you something. Every take from this guy's mouth is terrible. So it's not that hard for him to come up with a terrible take. Man. He's good at this.
I have 2 terrible takes today.
Oh, okay.
This is painful.
So everybody knows that I've been on record that saying that Trevor Lawrence is a bust, right?
Only one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have another take. Elijah Moore will win the Offensive Rookie of the Year award this year.
All right, that's not a terrible take.
Right. That's not too terrible. I'm going Gaga.
Right. I see what I like from him.
It's possible.
It's possible, but if a quarterback is better, he's not going to win it. But I think that Elijah Moore could win offensive rookie. Offensive Rookie of the Year this year.
Yep.
So that'd be 1.
All right, I like that.
And 2, Mekhi Becton should go ask Joey Chestnut how to maintain his flat belly while eating hot dogs. So
now we got no shot. Now we got no shot of Mekhi Becton joining the show. Thank you.
No, hold on. He should let Joey Chestnut teach him how to maintain his body so that he could eat a lot and then still actually look, athletic and built rather than, putting on those pounds and have the pounds lower. So that, maybe he could go on his milk diets,
The guy's
Joey
like
Chestnut.
7 feet tall. What do you? He's not going to weigh, much less than what he is. He's just a big monster of a guy.
Exactly.
That's why he is what he is. There's nothing you can do.
But Joey Chestnut's a professional eater, though.
Listen, I'm sure the jet trainers are keeping an eye on them and say, okay, I'm sure the weights before it gets too high, I'm sure they're like, okay, it's got to be this much or that much, I'm sure. I don't think they need to bring in Joey Chestnut to.
Yeah.
When you eat the 20 hamburgers, let me just show you. This is what you got to do to.
Oh man.
Just make sure you drink a gallon of milk straight through down the stomach and sleep on it. And then when you are empty, eat all of them. All of them burgers and hot dogs and all that stuff.
All right. Krista's going to have to save you right now. So.
Oh man.
All righty, Krista.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. Since we're going to have to, since our budget is very low, we're going to have to use my phone again. As the clock.
No. Okay.
Well, no, Krista is on.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my rant today is about MetLife Stadium. It's not about asshole fans, too many of them. It's not about the alcohol prices. It's not about parking. It's one song in particular that MetLife Stadium loves to play when we're sucking, and they like to troll us. And you know one song that I can't listen to anymore because of MetLife Stadium? It's the good old Journey song, Don't Stop Believing. Now, every time they play that song, it was great at first. I was singing my heart out and everything. Now, every time they play it, we're sucking so badly. They want to troll us, and they put in a loudspeaker, Don't Stop Believing. I swear, if MetLife Stadium plays that song and we're losing and they have the audacity to point that camera in my face, I might have to flick them off to send them a message. That's how much I hate that song. Thank you, Todd Bowles. Thank you, Adam Gaze. I don't know what you guys did or who's in charge or what DJ thought it was a good idea to have the Jets put that song into the stadium. But then, when every time they play it, they like to troll us. All I'm asking is MetLife Stadium, can you please eliminate that song? Burn that song from your tape. Even every time I hear it in my car, Don't Stop Believing, all I think about is losing. And I just begging MetLife Stadium. I tweeted at you guys, please delete that song. It is the worst thing that's happened since more opposing asshole fans that came to your stadium is that dumb trolling song. It doesn't motivate me to want the team to do better. I just want the song out. I can't even pay attention to the game because you guys play that song, and it's a great song that you guys ruined.
What song is that?
No. Don't be a dick today. No. It's a song that needs to be eliminated from Jet Nation. We need to boot them out.
Yeah, that's a pretty. That song anymore either. It's a little bit played out.
Thanks, MetLife, for ruining a great song.
You can't sing it in karaoke anymore?
No, if MetLife Stadium plays that song when we're losing badly, I might have to give them a middle finger or something to get them to stop playing that song.
All right, how do I stop this now? Stop. Thank you. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen.
One day we'll have a budget that we could actually have a clock and songs.
I mean, what's wrong with Don't Stop Believing? I want to believe my team is actually good.
Yeah, but all I had associated with losing because they played that song when we're down. You have Todd Bowles' sad, unexpressional face on the sideline. Then they did it with Adam Gaze, and then they play that song. You see him looking at a piece of paper, which I'm convinced at this point is just one big picture of Frank Gore. There's no plays on it. Maybe he's thinking about what he's ordering after the Jet game. Maybe it's a big menu that he carries with him too as a backup plan when he doesn't have a big photo of Frank Gore.
Nah.
They play that song. I get annoyed because at this point I think they're just trolling us. It's bad enough we have to deal with high parking prices, asshole opposing fans because people want to sell their seats because we suck. But now they want to troll us. That's how I feel in MetLife Stadium.
I think honestly, Adam Gase is looking at the new 4x4 Rubik's Cube because he's too tired of the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. What? You never see it?
No.
You know, a Rubik's Cube is 3x3, right?
Right.
There's a 4x4. Yeah, there's a bigger Rubik's Cube.
I'm lucky I could do one side.
Too geeky for you? At
Yes.
this moment? Oh, sorry. Anyway, so let's end this. Rolling along. Let's roll on to our ending thoughts. So who wants to start this week's ending thoughts?
Krista could go first.
Okay, MetLife Stadium. I hope you hear my 2-minute rant about this, but I'm begging you, I will make a petition to get Don't Stop Believing and give it to whatever DJ person, whoever does your music technical stuff, and I'll have Jet fans sign it just so you guys can stop trolling us if we're down or if we're losing. This is a new era. I want better songs. I want you to delete Don't Stop Believing. I know I wore my Dunce hat today, but MetLife Stadium, I'm coming for you for Don't Stop Believing. I know it's a very odd request because I know you get other different requests, but please take Don't Stop Believing out of your music album. Burn it. That's all I have. Thank you for watching us. Go Jets.
And you were pretty tight with him on Twitter, if I remember. You actually got Gase fired, so right? So
my bestie.
Yeah. So this might actually work. If you might have to start pushing this on Twitter and say, listen, stop the crap with this song. You cannot play this song anymore.
Well, one task at a time. Right now, I'm working on trying to get a backup quarterback for us, and that involves me not getting blocked by Nick Mullins. And hopefully there's no gif of me standing outside of his window holding a radio outside his window saying, please sign with the Jets, because I'm tweeting at him until we sign our backup quarterback. So one task at a time. Once we get a backup quarterback, I will tweet at MetLife Stadium every single day until they get that song out of their album, whatever they have stored that plays songs.
Actually, let me lean into that thought. I think that we don't really need a backup quarterback because I think we should, especially James Morgan, we drafted him in the 4th round. I think let's see him grow into a backup. I mean, yes, as much as I would love to see, Nick Mullins here, like Krista is saying, I hope he plays in the bench and never plays. So same thing. So if James Morgan's our backup quarterback, I hope he never plays. I hope, Zach Wilson plays 17 games and beyond. And beyond. And so yeah, there's no really rush for me to say, oh, we need a backup because we need a veteran backup. We need this. No, just let's go with the flow and never see the backup. And thank you for watching us. Hopefully we will be more interactive starting this week, and I will be posting up more Twitter poll questions about the Jets and stuff like that. So catch us, subscribe with us, and like us too.
Let's go Islanders.
Boo, Islanders. Boo. Is that it this week for you, Chris? Just go Islanders?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you for joining us, and hope you guys watch us after the live event stream is over, and we'll see you next week. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.